Hello, this is Murphy speaking. A lot has been happening and the Ziggies are making their name known while causing a bit of trouble because everything seems to stop working. However, Let Dr. Data and the Comfy team have made many improvements, even stopping those pesky, bad actors who try to break things and harm us. Thank you all so much for your hard work. For us, this also meant making some changes and removing nodes that are outdated or no longer comply with the rules from our workflows, replacing them with approved alternatives. This doesn't mean these old nodes were bad. It's just they didn't fit the new guidelines anymore for whatever reason. So I decided to search for alternatives and integrate them. Unfortunately, this left no time for a new video, which made the girls a little grumpy since we had already overhauled all the workflows for Florence2. But now a new storage group was needed. So instead of stopping at version 2, we jumped straight to version 3, where we added a new storage group everywhere, improving things significantly, especially in terms of speed. However, we'll show you all that in detail in the video. Alright, let's get started. The two Ziggies have truly lived up to their name, but now they're having fun again. Everything is working smoothly, and I'll hand it over to the girls. A little note for all non-German speaking viewers. While the name Ziggy might not mean much to English speakers, for us it's a special nickname. It comes from the German word Zicke, which originally referred to a stubborn or annoying young woman. But meet our Ziggies. One is our energetic and tech-savvy sister who loves explaining technical details, and the other is our artistic sister with a deep understanding of art and aesthetics. Together, they make a great team.
Alright Murph, that's enough, you're sweet too. Hello dear viewers, lots of love from all of us. We've briefly switched to our channel, and here are the top 4 videos you should check out if you haven't seen them yet. The workflows shown in these videos are now available as updated workflows for free download. While the other videos are still interesting, you'll need to incorporate some more transfer logic, as the workflows shown in those videos are not fully compatible with the newest ComfyUI. So make sure to switch to the latest versions and enjoy using the newest ComfyUI for the best experience. Let's take a quick look at the Bastelbude, or tinkering hut, as it translates to in English. This term was coined by Pysssss and refers to a collection of workflow snippets grouped together. You can use these snippets to build or complement workflows, or as my German Ziggies would say, to tinker with.
Hallo, alles Liebe auch von mir an 1 Million Kisses. Bastelbude, Schwesterherz, Bastelbude spricht man das aus.
Bastelbude, Schwesterherz, Bastelbude, ich weiß. Let's take a look at the styler groups here. You can integrate these into your workflows anywhere or tinker with them, as my little sis would say. We've provided a few different ones, like the Portrait Master and the Focus Styler, for you to use. The Aegis Flow Styler is very comprehensive, but also a bit annoying because it often has issues with links it doesn't really need. It tends to complain and shows an error message when starting. This might be fixed by now, but maybe Murph has tinkered with something. There's a tutorial somewhere on our channel. Normally, we probably would have removed it, but our biggest fan from England loves the thing, so of course it stays. There are a few more styler groups, and they're all fun to use. They're integrated with the 3 reroutes positive, negative, and the black one to turn things off. Oh, I could show you that quickly. The Act 3 nodes are just perfect for this. Right-click on an empty spot in the ComfyUI, search for GU3 Comfy All Fast Muter, and select it. Okay, double-clicking and searching for Fast Muter would have worked too. Up front, connect the black part here, and you've built a switch. In our larger workflows, there's usually already a counterpart to connect it to. We've also replaced and checked the detailer groups. Everything should now be compatible with the latest ComfyUI version. You can also integrate the entire block. Detailers for face, hands, and eyes. The model should be preset, and you can also take a look at how to turn groups on and off or bypass them using the switches. Easy peasy. The SD Ultimate upscalers have also gotten a fresh update and have been replaced. everywhere. We're talking about the workflows from the collection that will upload to CivitAI for you once the video is available. We also had to replace the clipsec node. It's used in the very large Ultimate Easy and Ultimate Complete workflows, and it's been replaced there as well. We still need it in some Florence2 workflows, which we had actually prepared and tested for the new video in combination with Redux for automatic selection. But we had to put that on the back burner for now. First, we had to get the basics up to date again. Murph was firm about that, and Pysssss and I were pretty annoyed, but okay, I'll admit it, and Pysssss will too. Murph was right. And also, a big thank you from us to the Comfy developers for implementing safety checks and pushing the project forward so quickly, making it better and better. Oh, and bring back the preview images for the models and Loras. Even if scrolling through the model window with a bar is cool, it's not the same without preview images. Enough has been written about this, and we've also posted a workaround for resetting the front end to make it work again. But it's just a workaround, not a permanent solution. I'll quickly show you the entry and also how you can do it the easiest way if the preview is important to you. It's done in no time. Click the link, download the zip file and unzip it. Then, under the ComfyUI folder, switch to the web folder and copy all the files from the zip file into it, overwriting the existing ones. That's it. Updating to the latest stable version was also an option at one point, but we wouldn't recommend doing that anymore. First, it might reset other things as well, and second, it might not roll back the front end far enough. Okay, now restart Comfy. It might not even be necessary, or whatever, the restart is already running and ta-da! The preview images are showing up again. Let's hope this works soon without needing this hack. Here's another tip. You can also check the info here to see which front-end version you're currently using. Now, about the save group. It's been a thorn in Murph's side for a long time, but now he had to step in and test all kinds of custom nodes to find something that hopefully won't cause any more issues and also works efficiently. He finally built the group using 3 custom nodes. There's the simple fast save group and the more complex ones where you can set file names, save paths, and more, including whether you want to embed the workflow into your ping files. Here's a tip. When Murph posts images somewhere, he often embeds the workflow with them. If you want to take a look at what he's tinkering with beforehand, they do run. Otherwise, no image would come out. But they're not thoroughly tested, and some functions might not yet do what they're supposed to. Here's a little preview of some of the possibilities with Florence. We've simply replaced the older variants like PictoStory in all current workflows with image to text recognition. For those who have a weaker computer or another reason to keep using the old version, there's a group in the Bastelbude that you can easily swap in. I'll show you that in a moment. The previously used PictoStory is still good. The nodes are also updated to the latest version. A nice example to show you how to swap such a group. Let's do the next flyover of the updated Easy Ultimate workflow. It should now, as described in the installation video, automatically install all custom nodes without any issues, even with the latest ComfyUI and Manager. Here we are. Under 0 you will always find information about new features and the QR code generator. By default, Murph's YouTube channel is set. Under 1 you'll find the many buttons that allow you to switch between different groups. Unfortunately, it can sometimes be a bit glitchy here, but it's not a priority for Murph, and of course, all possible settings for models, seed size, samplers, and more. Under 2, you'll find the group for prompting. Everything should be described, and I'll explain Florence2 in more detail shortly. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Under 3, you'll still find the model patch for SDXXL. Here, you can test what improves hands, faces, and prompt adherence. Murph usually has one node turned on here, or you can turn everything off. That's the standard. And, of course, the Lora group, which many will say has finally been switched to the Lora Power Loader. We've already talked about the preview images, well, okay. The preview in the Lora Power Loader still exists too. Even if it's not the same thing, it should always work, even with the new front end. Okay, what else do we have? Yes, here are the new SD upscalers and, of course, the new save group. Here you can control the prefix, suffix, and info about the model, sampler, and so on using abbreviations like time, base model name, sampler name, scheduler, seed, and counter the filer name. You can also define the save path, embed the workflow, and so on. We've already touched on this briefly. We've also added a new load picture group where we want to be a bit more flexible. The buttons here are a bit glitchy, but you can still see what's turned on and what's not. We'll take a closer look at this soon, but it shouldn't be a problem to work with for now. What should I do, sis? Explain a bit more in detail. Not just old hands are watching after all. Well, if you think so, as Murphy says, repetition helps solidify things in the brain. But we're AIs after all. Okay, for the viewers, fine. If that's the case, let's briefly go back to Florence2. Okay, top. Right, that's for loading models, and as mentioned, there'll be a separate video with even more info on that soon. The buttons here are also acting up, but the most important thing is that you can control everything down here, especially what goes into the prompt for generation. The prompt mixer works like in Murph's more compact workflows, which handle multiple options like regular prompts, 2 stylers per prompt per image, all controlled via channels, and Lora keywords are also added separately at the bottom. Here's a quick reminder about the SDSXL model patch group, the green things here. Play around with them a bit or Google the title. We always recommend turning on only one and not mixing them, but who knows? Okay, the Lora group with the Power Lora node from the RG3 custom node here, you can pull info from CivitAI and turn things on and off directly. We've already talked about the updates to the clipseg nodes and the detailer groups in the Bastelbude, and of course everything here has been updated too. The differences between the Ultimate Easy and the Ultimate Complete workflows aren't that big, so if you don't necessarily want to use colors, go with the easy one. If you want to do reactor face swapping, either use the complete version or simply add the reactor group from the Bastelbude to the easy one. We've already shown you how easy it is to work with the modules. The conditioning control nets and the sampler for callers are additionally included in the complete version, along with the reactor nodes, as mentioned. Otherwise, there shouldn't be any differences. Sis says, I'm already explaining things. I should also show the installation of the Ollama custom nodes and the complete Florence nodes, even though we'll go into more detail about their use in the next video. Alright, fine. What else should I cover while I'm still in the zone? I'll quickly show you how easy it is to delete most of the groups, and the workflow will still function afterward. Some of you may have installed Ollama on your computer. We can also use the models from there in Comfy. As a small example, I created a prompt generator for Sis, quick and dirty. Of course, you can also run your local DeepSeek model, but we prefer to use Llama 3.2 Vision 11b for this task. If you want to know more, you know what to do. Just ask in the comments. You can access custom nodes most easily as usual with the manager, but I'll still show you quickly. What's new is that you can choose the version. Okay, there's no selection available right now. I'll show you that later. Restart and so on, as always with video speed, so I don't bore you. Okay, that's it. Quickly select our preferred model, which you can find on the Ollama website. Otherwise, it should be self-explanatory. If you want to know more, or if you're also interested in Open Web UI or TTSF5, comments are welcome. Okay, we're almost done. Now let's talk about the custom nodes for Florence2. There's already a special workflow that Murphy put together for the planned Redux model to automatically select various things. These models can do all sorts of tasks, and in this workflow, Murphy has assembled various scenarios and preset the models and nodes to ensure everything works. We'll show you the application in a separate video or directly with Redux. We want to finally release the workflows so you're up to date and don't have to record videos forever. I've simply adjusted the video speed to match my chatter, and here we are with the Florence2 workflow. As mentioned, more details will be in the next video. Those who want can start playing around with it, as we'll need these nodes for the new image, to text feature anyway, hence the little preview. To complete the overview for those who haven't seen our workflows before, or the viewers who aren't up to date, actually, it's interesting for everyone. When we load the Bastelbude workflow, you might not have the correct pick-to-story nodes. So here are some more details about the new options in the manager that we've mentioned. You're already familiar with selecting in the manager, but here you can choose different versions that can also control updates, always the latest, always the last verified, or a specific version. I'll select latest and do a restart to see what happens. And tada, boom skagalag, oh no, that didn't work, the nodes aren't installed. Okay, I just wanted to show you that we need to select nightly instead of latest. Quick change and restart should do the trick. Now boom skagalaga. Now it looks great. The restart was at pug speed and broke the light barrier, but only in the video. Now let's quickly switch from Florence2 image to text to pick-to-story, just so you can see how it's done. It looks like we'll be sticking with Florence2 for now, but maybe you prefer it the other way. Don't worry, it's quick and easy to do and I'll show you how. Then, I promise no more tech talk in this video. Simply copy with Ctrl+C from Bastelbude and paste with Ctrl+V into a multi-workflow. Link up the noodles and voila, you're done. Okay, I know today's been packed with info and not much fun, but as Uncle Helmut always says, what needs to be done, needs to be done.